Hello, hi. Morning, 北方狮子. Hello, hi. How are you? How are everyone? Okay. Ah, all right. Hello, hi everyone. How are you guys? Doing great? Yeah, fantastic, my friend. I'm glad to hear that you are doing great. So I just started a live stream and let's wait a few more minutes for more people to come in and join. And somehow, how's the weather at your city? It starts to rain a lot here in Shanghai, and the humidity level of the air has reached over 90%, like 98%. I saw this morning, and to be honest, like I really don't really like rainy days. And especially when the weather is so humid, I worry a lot about like my health because I already have lots of dampness, lots of humidity in my body, right? Yesterday we were discussing about ways, for example, how to tap the eight joints of your body, right, to clear all the blockage so that the energy flow inside your body can flow freely in different areas. We were discussing about that yesterday, right? So I worry a lot. Well, actually, I focus a lot about removing the dampness. However, whenever you're exposed to an environment that is full of humidity, full of dampness, it's just like way harder for you. You have to just like do extra workout and extra drink extra those kind of dampness removal herbal tea. Otherwise, you'll just feel like really fatigued, like really tired, even though you do nothing, even though you sleep a lot, right? So that's why like I really don't like this kind of weather. But that's the kind of weather we're having right now here in Shanghai. I just don't really like it. Yeah, it is the beginning of the rainy season in center and southern Mexico too. Yeah, it's the beginning of the rainy season. So usually in Shanghai, every June is going to be the rainy season, and I never realized that until the year of my college entrance examination. So we have discussed about university entrance examination before, right? So for university entrance examination during that period of time, and I noticed that somehow wait, why the moment I finished my university entrance examination, I wanted to go out and play, right? Hang out with my friends. Somehow I noticed like every day was like rainy because June is the rainy season. It's literally just raining every day. So yeah, very much soon we're gonna enter June, and June is gonna be the rainy season. It's gonna rain a lot, and that is gonna be the month that I just don't like. Yeah, it's pretty cold where I live. Well, even now it's still very cold. 北方狮子, where are you now, my friend? Northern Lion. Visiting Japan, Xi'an, and Shanghai first time next week. Oh, welcome, my friend. So happy that you're in here. Beijing, Xi'an, Shanghai. These are like three most iconic cities here in China. You get to see magnificent kind of buildings in the capital, Beijing, and Xi'an is full of historical stuff. You also just try to taste lots of the noodles there in Xi'an because that's what they are very famous for. Okay, so definitely could also come to Shanghai to see all the more modern world. So Shanghai is considered to be the most modern city here. So you actually are gonna see lots of different things. Yeah. Uh-huh. Today you're more beautiful. Thank you, my friend. Okay, nice. We're having more people in here. Very excited. Okay. Yeah. So and also be sure to check the weather here and then prepare the right clothes. Okay. Shanghai is pretty hot recently. So if you come to Shanghai, I cannot say for Xi'an, Beijing, but if you come to Shanghai, it's pretty okay for these days to wear short sleeves. Yeah, but maybe wear something also like a very thin jacket is also good. Michigan, USA, we're going back and forth with cold and warm and rainy weather. Uh-huh. Yeah. What about the weather in summer? What about the weather? Yeah, it's rainy weather. Like I really hate rainy weather. There are people who just like rainy days, but I just don't really like rainy days. Yeah. Hello, David from San Diego, California. I heard San Diego is a pretty beautiful, beautiful city because my cousin studied in University of California in San Diego. Yeah. Yeah, bring jacket definitely. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, guys, as usual. So as usual, usually when we first start the live stream, we would do something like this. Okay. I'm just gonna open a paper pen and ask people if you guys have any question about China, just shoot your question in the comment area. Yeah, anything about China. If you have any question about China, just shoot your question in the comment area. And also for this period of time, for people on Red Note, you guys will notice that on top of my live stream, there will be something called the 春夏恋爱气象台. Okay, there's a title in here. Do you guys see it? Do you guys see it? Yeah. If you guys see it, type one. Okay, type one or type a smiley face. Let's do this. Type a smiley face if you guys have seen this on Red Note platform, this little title called the 春夏恋爱气象台. You guys see it? If you see this like title, yeah, if you guys see this title, type a smiley face. Yeah, type a smiley face if you guys see it. Okay. So I'm gonna explain it, okay, for those of you who does not know what it is. Okay. Hello, Christy. Good morning. Yeah. So what is the average income of Chinese employees in first tier city? Well, maybe check that question with DeepSeek. That DeepSeek will give you a more accurate answer because it really varies depending on what jobs you do. Okay. So back to this. Okay. So for those of you who have seen this, who are seeing this on Red Note, okay, it means like 春夏恋爱气象台. Translate that into English, it means like spring, summer, fall in love station, something like that. Because right now is the moment that Ragnarok is launching a new campaign. Summer and springtime is the love season. You want to, because spring is the season where everything starts to grow and love also starts to grow. Summer is also the sweet season where you can taste very a lot of sweet things like sweet ice cream, sweet desserts, right? So these somehow seems to be the kind of season that you just want to fall in love or just want to have a very romantic relationship. So that's why now is the time that Red Note launched this very specific campaign called 春夏恋爱气象台. Okay, translating into English, it means summer, spring, summer, fall in love station. Okay, so that is going to be the major topic for this entire period of time that we are launching this campaign. Okay, we're launching this campaign during this period of time, which is till almost the end of this month. Okay, till the end of this month, May 25th, I think. For this entire period of time, we'll discuss different topics as the major topics below the big topic of love. But love is actually a topic that worth a lot of discussion, right? It can just dive in deeper into different subcategories and according to different age, different life status, and according to different kind of person, there are just so many things we could discuss. And so that is why that love is going to be the major topic for this live stream. And I will be the moderator. Okay, I will be the moderator to throw out each topics for all of us to start to discuss. Okay, for all of us to start discuss. So I remember 2 days ago we discussed a lot about marriage, right? And there is an Indian friend that shared with us that somehow in their country in India there's lots of arranged marriage. Okay, so today we are first of all start from the kind of topic which is how do we prepare for marriage? Okay, how do we prepare for marriage? Okay, so we're gonna share since this live stream for every new people in here, just so you guys know, this live stream is for cross culture communication because this might be one of the most international live stream room across the entire platform of Red Note. Many Chinese friends would come in, notice there are so many foreigners here, and also foreigners come in here and see, like, oh my God, you're an Asian face, you're Chinese, but you speak really good English. So this is really for cross-culture communication. So we're gonna discuss about anything before the marriage, okay? So if you divide the entire relationship period, you start from something young, like what is your first love, right? So the whole topic will be like arranged like this, okay? So what is your first love, right? When's the time when you first started your puppy love? And then all the way, like, how do you find a crush? Okay, what is your ideal types? And then also later on, okay, whenever a couple comes into a relationship, what are the usual conflicts that we will meet, what are the commonly seen problems, and what are the good ways to solve those problems. And then it comes to the next stage, which is entering into marriage, right? So what's the kind of things that you guys would do before marriage? Okay, I can share a lot of things about the culture here in China, and then you guys can also please share in the comment about your culture, okay, about your culture. And then later on we could also discuss about marriage, all those kind of things we would need to do for the marriage, the wedding ceremony, okay. After the wedding ceremony we could also discuss about the first marriage life, and then also like 30 years 20 years marriage life, right? What's the secret behind a very long-term relationship? Yeah, we could also discuss about divorce, right? Many topics around the same topic of love. So there are plenty of things that we can discuss under the big topic of love for the next 2 weeks. Okay, so this is going to be our major topics because that is the campaign that Red Note has launched, and personally, I consider that to be a very interesting topic as well. Right? Nobody will resist talking about love. So at the very beginning, I thought that only girls would love to talk about like romance, about love, right? Later on, discover that guys also like to talk about it, especially when guys are around with guys, that you guys would also talk about this girl, that girl, like even though like guys are married, you guys seem to be also will be talking about like your wives, his wives, and also like girlfriends, even sometimes make comparison, something like that. So I feel that is a pretty interesting topic. Okay, so guys, first of all, follow me please if you haven't done so. How is the weather there? uh, when I first started the live, I was saying that the weather is pretty gloomy, it's rainy, and because it's raining so hard, the weather is so humid. The humidity level here has reached 98%. I really hate humid weather and I don't like rainy day at all. Somehow that is going to be the weather that I have just to stand for the next 1 month or so, because it has come to the rainy season in here. So it will just keep on raining like this for a majority of the time from now till mid June, or sometimes even end of June. Yeah, so entire thing like that. Yeah. Honestly, I haven't been in love yet. I was with someone 3 years ago. Oh, like for 3 years, like you haven't been in love? Okay. So like today we are gonna um first start with the discussing the topic about the marriage, the before marriage preparation. OK，梅雨季是没有说这个梅雨季节，我们为什么要说梅雨季节啊？中国的宝宝们为什么要说梅雨季节啊？其实我不太理解这个"梅"字是什么意思啊？我不太理解"梅"字是什么意思，但是我们确实经常说梅雨季节，我就特别讨厌梅雨季节，因为我本身不太喜欢下雨天。对，然后呢，and then I was saying, I was translating everything I just said in English into Chinese to tell people, to share with people that I just don't really like rainy days. Okay. 对吧？发霉，对啊，好讨厌发霉。梅子，那这边的梅子又是什么梅呢？是杨梅是吗？哦，那现在可以吃杨梅了哈。我很喜欢吃杨梅，很喜欢吃杨梅。对，Yeah，and also like for长江中下的梅子熟了，杨梅熟了，哦，那所以现在就可以吃杨梅了。Oh, okay. So I'm not so sure how to say 杨梅啊，杨梅 how to say 杨梅. So like here in China, oh, running out of battery. Yeah. 好，去充一下电吧，手机。杨梅英文怎么说啊？同志们帮我查一下好吗？手机没电了，我现在用手机充一下电。So, like in China, we have a specific term to describe the season now. We don't call it only rainy season, we call it a fruit rainy season. And I never realized what's the reason behind why we call it this particular fruit rainy season. But guys, please help me. Waxberry, right? It's called waxberry. Okay, thanks, my friend. Okay, so it's called waxberry rainy season here in China for this particular time. And I just got to know from the Chinese people, Chinese friends in here, who share with me the reason why we call it waxberry season is because now is the time that waxberry becomes mature, and it's the good time to eat waxberry in here in China. And also, usually when waxberry is mature is also the time when you start to have lots of rain. So that's why in this particular time in China, we call it waxberry rainy season. 梅雨季节。所以这个中国宝宝们再来告诉我一下，梅雨季节是长江以南的事情，还是长江以北也有梅雨季节的？这个关于地理的这个知识不太知道。就长江以南应该很多地方到这个时节就会拼命下雨，但是长江以北在这个时节也会拼命下雨吗 I'm also asking my Chinese friends because I know south of Yangtze River during this period of time, it is the waxberry rainy season. You would have lots of heavy rain, but I'm not so sure about the north of Yangtze River because north part of China, it's usually the kind of places that is pretty dry. But anything like south of Yangtze River is going to be quite wet.哦，OK，是长江以南，所以长江以北其实是没有梅雨季节的，是吗？Okay, interesting to know. So north of Yangtze River do not have lots of rainy. Okay, rainy season. Oh, that is so good. I'm so jealous. Like I hope that maybe like if one day in the future I could just move around China, even move around the world to live in different places from time to time. So whenever it's rainy season and I just hate rainy season so much, I could just move to a place that does not have rainy season, relatively dry and relatively good weather, like just go to different places for different weather, right? So, okay, even though it's a rainy season, waxberry rainy season, but that is also still a good season to talk about love, right? To talk about love. So many romantic movies in the past, right, has been shot in history that has had scenes has scenes of couples under an umbrella and start to fall in love, right? Do you guys remember any scenes in any of the movies whenever that's a rainy days? And also, have you guys also noticed one thing, which is whenever a movie has reached its like peak time, the peak moment, when all the tension is the strongest, when something just dramatically happened, it's always raining. Have you guys noticed that? In almost like every movie, every drama, whenever something like very dramatic happened, it's always like rainy. Do you guys notice that? I just noticed that. Yeah. So there are so many 情深深雨蒙蒙。对，你要是看《情深深雨蒙蒙》的话，里边就是也是的，可能那个男女主角我跟大家说一下，我还没看过《情深深雨蒙蒙》哈，这个是一个非常 surprise 的一个事情哈，我没有看过《情深深雨蒙蒙》，但是大致知道里边的一些角色啦，比如说那个依萍和舒怀，哇，在一起的时候，那外边总是倾盆大雨。It's very funny, like you guys can have a recall of all the movies and dramas you see, right? And also for girls, many girls have watched this movie called The Notebook, right? So like many people ask about what is the favorite movie, and majority people like lots of like girls would say like the Notebook. And also if you remember Notebook, if you guys have watched Notebook, when it's reaching the end, when the major actress and the actor, they finally was able to meet each other and cleared all the misunderstandings. The one thing that happened is also heavy rain, like pouring rain, like big heavy rain. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, talking about that, let's do this. What's your favorite love movie? Or you don't like love movie at all? What is your favorite love movie? Yeah, guys, tell me. Yeah, background is Shanghai. Yes, my friend. Yes, for those of you who do not know where I am, I'm in Shanghai. Okay. Yeah, let's do this. Just tell me in the comment area what is your favorite love movie. Okay. What is your favorite love movie? Visit her store, https and alchemia.love. Thank you. Yeah. Yes, I was going to say something like the notebook. Yeah, Erica, welcome, my friend. Yeah, tell me in the comment what is your favorite love movie, okay? So this is the girls' moment. This is the girls' moment. I'm pretty sure like girls will have like so many movies that they can write in, send in the comment area, okay? Legend of the Fall. Oh, I haven't really watched this movie, okay? So the 冬季恋歌啊，我知道. Okay, movie or TV dramas, both are fine. Okay, guys, Roman Holiday is pretty iconic. I've watched like many times when I was little. Yeah, that was like a really good movie. And like, tell me in the comment, what is your? Have you ever heard of A Walk to Remember? No, I haven't heard about it. Yeah, but you must have watched like, so many like good love movie. Okay, so guys, tell me in the comment, what is your favorite love movie? Okay, what is your favorite love movie? Romeo and Juliet. By whom? Like played by whom? Because I remember Leonardo DiCaprio has played one version of Romeo and Juliet. When I was like really little, I watched that movie, Romeo and Juliet. And also back then, Romeo and Juliet was also kind of released during the time his another movie Titanic was on, right? So somehow when I watched Titanic, I was pretty little. I thought that was Titanic, but later I realized that was Romeo and Juliet. That was not Titanic. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Titanic must be a lot of people's favorite love movie, right? Titanic is also considered to be a love movie. Yeah, just haha, yes, you should look it up. So good, but sad love movie. Okay, yeah. What's the name called again? Let me see. A Walk to Remember. The movie. The name of the movie sounds so sad. Pride and Prejudice. Yeah, yeah. A Walk to Remember. Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, I remember there's one movie I cried so hard, which is also another love movie that is by Anne Lee, also played by Anne Hathaway, that talks about the author of Pride and Prejudice becoming Jane or something. I forgot the name, but it's becoming Jane or something. I remember the name. So at the end of that movie, I cried so hard. I cried so hard. Yeah. When you love someone, really, you don't get tired of them. You just want to love them more and more. That is exactly true. And you forget all the thing about your ideal type, everything. Just, oh, no, this one is going to be the one that I love. Like, you just, like, okay, so we're gonna just first finish this topic, and I'm gonna do another survey to ask people if you guys believe in love on the first sight. Okay, so my question to all of you guys is like, tell me in the comments what is your favorite love movie. Okay, what is your favorite love movie? What is your favorite love movie? I've only seen like few people write it down their answers in the comment. Okay, I'm also gonna say it in Chinese. Okay, because there are so many Chinese friends in here. 中国的宝宝们，尤其是女生宝宝们，在评论区打出你最喜欢看的爱情电影，好吗？你最喜欢看的爱情电影，love movie，OK？、来，大家一起推荐一下你最喜欢看的爱情电影有哪一些啊？放进去，Yeah。What is your favorite love movie? Okay, just tell me in the comment. Okay, someone said Brokeback Mountain. Brokeback Mountain is also a pretty good movie. It's pretty sad. That is also the movie that I cried really hard at the end. Yeah, I cried really hard at the end. 面纱我还看了他的这个原版的小说，我看了他的原版小说，就面纱电影我没有看下去，但是呢，我去看了他的原版小说，看完了。但是 somehow 我觉得，怎么说呢？个人没有很喜欢面纱这本小说。Yeah, let me see。你是二转子，什么是二转子啊？我不知道二转子是啥意思。哦，初恋这件小事。Oh, that movie was so popular. I'm not so sure how to translate that into English, but somehow there is a Thailand movie. That is a Thai movie called 初恋这件小事. So by basically that movie also just basically talked about a young girl, extremely young girl, a teenager girl. She was like pretty ugly. Somehow she fell in love with a very handsome boy, and during the entire process, like how she was able to herself trans- transfer herself from an ugly girl to a very beautiful girl, something like that. And if we translate the Chinese name of that movie directly into English, it means a little tiny thing of first love. A little tiny thing of first love. That is a really popular movie back then. I remember somehow when that movie was out. Oh my god, every girl was watching that. Everyone was watching that. It was so popular, and I watched that twice myself as well. I watched that twice as well. But somehow, like time really passed by so fast, my friend. Really, right? 凌晨1点，你还记得你自己看这部电影的时候才几岁吗？时间过得太快了，这部电影应该都有10年多的时间了吧？有吗？有10年的时间了吗？我感觉都快要有10年的时间了。归来，哎，归来好熟啊！归来好熟，归来是谁演的？我感觉我看过这个名字好熟啊，但是不太记得了。Gone with the Wind. Oh yes, yes, I love Gone with Wind. Yeah, yeah, I love Vivian Lee. I love Vivian Lee. She's terrific. Gone with Wind. Yeah, that's like really great. I would even consider Gone with Wind the movie. Usually, like when you have a movie that is you made based on the novel. Usually, the novel is better than the movie, right? However, like Gone with Wind is the movie I consider to be equally good to the book. So I really like Gone with Wind. Okay, guys, just tell me what is your favorite love movie in the comment. Okay, just tell me what is your favorite movie in the comment. 电影比书好看太多。你说什么？你说面纱吗，Christy？你说面纱吗？对，但是当时那个电影我没看下去，但那个女主角长得非常好看，面纱那个女主角我记得长得非常好看。书的话，我觉得书为什么我没有很喜欢看《面纱》这本书，是因为我感觉相比其他的那些讲探索爱情的书，我觉得《面纱》这本小说的原著的书讲的太浅了，讲的太浅了，就讲了一个非常简单的道理就结束了，然后就觉得没有很有意思呀。Yeah, lots of people said Gone with Wind. Yeah, Ghost. Oh, that's also a pretty old movie. 人鬼情未了。So Ghost was like really out like so long time ago when I was like, wait, was I? When it was out, was I even born? But somehow I know that it was also a pretty big hit here in China. Pretty big hit in China. And Ghost is played by Demi Moore, right? and somehow like she become also really popular in here, and that movie was literally everywhere. So one movie is Ghost and the other movie is Terminator, right? Back then was during that period of time that was so popular, right? Yeah. 就说到这个，我又想到还有一部这个港片《家有喜事》，我很喜欢看。Basically，《家有喜事》也是 love movie, right? Also Hong Kong movies, lots of Hong Kong movies about love that is pretty good. Yeah, with Christopher Reeves. Ah, which movie with Chris? Are you saying Ghost with Christopher Reeves? Ah, okay, yes, yeah, nice, yeah. 2012年看的，哇，好小啊！对，2012年初恋那场戏是2012年，对吧？对哈，现在都已经超过2022年了，都已经12年前的电影。Oh my god, time really flies. It was I was talking to 2022年看的，看看我就会丽贝卡哈。I was talking to Rebecca. Like we were talking about this little movie called like I just said, like I just shared, right, the tiny little thing of first love. That movie was like so popular when it was out. It was in 2012, and that is 12 years ago. And time flies. Do you still remember what is the person you're with? What is the person you're with? You were in relationship back then in 2021. Is that the same person you're with today? 12 years ago and now? Okay, let's do a little survey, okay? If you're still with a person 12 years ago in 2021, let's type a smiley face. Okay, let's type a smiley face. If you are no longer with a person you were with in 2012, 12 years ago, type a crying face. Okay, let's do a survey. Okay, let's do a survey. Okay, let me see how many of you guys have experienced an extremely long-term relationship. Okay, yeah. So like 12 years ago, like 2012, when if today you're still with the same person you were with 12 years ago, type a smiley face, otherwise type a crying face. Okay, wait, why is no one interacting with me? Is that not a good question? Like people are just so shy, just don't want to type the answer. Yeah. Hey, what's that face? Let me take a look. That's a sunny face. Oh, it's a smiley face. Yeah, nice. Yeah, yeah. Uh huh. So for me, that's definitely a crying face. Okay, it's a crying face. Yeah, like water or chocolate is good romantic Mexican movie. Oh, like water for chocolate. Okay, I'm gonna write it down. Yeah, guys, if you guys have any other good movie ideas, like what is the good romantic movies, tell me in the comments. Okay, tell me in the comments. What is your favorite romantic movie? What is your favorite love movie? What is your favorite romantic movie or any movie that has like love elements in it? Like just tell me in the comments. Okay, tell me in the comments. And also, meanwhile, we're also doing this another survey asking people like, are you still with the one that you're with 12 years ago? Okay, are you still with the one you're with 12 years ago? Okay, are you still with the one you're with 12 years ago? If you are still with the one you were with 12 years ago, type a smiley face. If no, type a sad face, a crying face. Okay, yeah. My son was born in 2012. Oh, okay. So so this year is gonna be his, wait, last year, actually not this year, last year was his zodiac year, right? Zodiac year, which means like that this year is finally coming to the year he's out of his zodiac year, like having good luck, right? 出了这个本命年了哈，今年就是他积极向上的一年了哈，出了犯太岁的那一年。哦，爱乐之城，La La Land，yeah，La La Land，I like it，yeah，I like it too，La La Land，and the music is so good，and I have to say like Emma Stone，I feel like 实至名归。The fact that Emma Stone was able to get Oscar award after playing La La Land, I think she definitely deserved this kind of award. When I watched La La Land, I was like amazed by how great an actress she is. Especially, I remember there are multiple scenes when she just performed to express the right kind of feeling. I'm like really impressed, really impressed. Like, I think Emma Stone is a great actress, and the fact that she was able to earn Oscar award with her role in La La Land, definitely deserved it. And also like La La Land, for those of you guys that have watched it, like my personal opinion for La La Land. So also Ryan Gosling is also considered to be a very famous actor, right? So somehow because Emma Stone was playing so well in La La Land, you sometimes just would sort of just compare these two characters, right? Usually you don't compare an actress with an actor, right? You would compare actress with other actress, actor with other actors, right? Somehow, because Emma Stone's performance in La La Land was so good, like I just can't help myself just comparing Emma Stone with Ryan Gosling in La La Land, and I would immediately notice like how much better Emma Stone performed better, way better than Ryan Gosling. That's my personal opinion. Yeah, you guys could also share with me what's your opinion, okay? 我刚刚在说，我觉得《爱乐之城》里边的那个石头姐艾玛斯通就是演的太好了。她靠那个《爱乐之城》获得了第二次获得了这个奥斯卡的最佳女演员，我觉得是实至名归的。而且当时去看《爱乐之城》的时候，因为艾玛斯通演的特别的好，所以我就不自觉的去把她跟 Ryan Gosling 就是那个男主角去进行比较。一对比一下，你就会觉得艾玛斯通演的特别好，就觉得 Ryan Gosling 演的真的怎么讲？其实可能他跟其他女演员搭戏，你也觉得挺好，但是因为他跟 Emma Stone 搭戏，你就觉得他演的还挺平淡的，就没有那么好了。Yeah. Okay, let's see. 40 years with an 8-year break because of work. Wait, James, tell me a bit more about your love story. How comes you are with each other for 40 years and like in the middle you break for 8 years? So are you saying like break for 8 years is because it's like long distance, like you're in different cities, that's what you call break, or you're saying that you just break up with the same person for 8 years and you came back together after 8 years? Because if you are telling me that break up for 1 year or 2 year, that would be okay. But somehow if you say that, okay, someone you break up for 8 years, but you still got back together with the very same person and stay with the very same person for like 40 years in total, that is pretty amazing love story. I definitely love to know more about. Like, can you please tell me how many years when you were first with your wife, right? And then like for example, when you first with your wife for maybe 4 years and you broke up for 8 years and then you went back with your wife for like how many years? I would love to know. Like, yeah, that is pretty impressive. 今天直播镜头角度很好，好的，谢谢你哦，重新出发，谢谢。Yeah, guys, for those of you who haven't followed me, definitely follow me, okay? Ghost, Titanic. Yeah, so like for those of you who are new in here, we're discussing about love story, okay? Love movies, okay? Because for those oh, okay. It's you still together but live a long distance ago. Oh, okay, long distance. Where were you then? Where were you? And where were you, wife? Where was your wife back then for the 8 years? Yeah. So, and for any new people in here, new friends in here, just so you know, like you will notice there is a big title in here in red note that is called 春夏恋爱气象台. Have you guys noticed that for any new joiners? There is something called 春夏恋爱气象台. So translating that into English directly, that is called spring summer love station. Okay. So that is why for the next few days, the major topic we will discuss about is love. Okay. Is about love. Okay. So like right now at this moment, we're discussing about love movies. Everyone likes love movies, especially girls, ladies, right? Ladies, is there any lady who do not like any love movies, my friend? Yeah, follow Nytrix, tap the screen to send in links, my friend. Is there any girls who do not like? Wait, actually, let's see. Like, is there anyone who do not like love movies? I want to see like if there is any guys also do not like love movies. Like many guys don't really like love movies. I know somehow, but like many girls really like love movies. So okay, let's do this survey. Okay, for girls, if you like love movies, type a smiley face. If you don't like love movies, type a crying face. Okay, girls only. Okay, girls only. I'm pretty sure there are a lot of girls in here in the live stream room, so I want to see like if you guys, is there anyone who would send a crying face? Okay, so if you like watch love movies, send a laughing face or a smiley face. If you don't like watch love movies, send a crying face. Okay, me definitely a smiley face. I really like watching love movies. I realized that up to now, to be honest. Like I never really realized that. Wait, Ruby? Okay, Ruby is the first girl that sent a crying face. Ruby is the first girl that said like she does not like love movie. So Ruby, I want you to share with us why you don't like love movies. Okay, yeah, why you don't like love movies. Okay, hello, thank you, Gigi, for following me. Yeah, okay, for those of you who likes love movies, send a smiley face. For those of you who don't like love movies, send a crying face. Okay, yeah, for girls. Okay, for girls only. Nicole, ah, Nicole, what is this? Giggle. What is giggle? Giggle is like you secretly like love movies. 上海星空. I like action movies. You're a guy, right, my friend? You're a guy, right? Yeah. So like I also like action movie as well, but I love movie more. Love movie more. Yeah. Gigi is also sending a crying face. You don't like love movies? What is your favorite movie type then? What is your favorite movie type then? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So there are girls who do not like love movies. Yeah. We work in two different cities in Mexico, about 1,000 kilometers distance. Oh, okay. So that is not like too far. Like not too far. Yeah. But I'm not so sure. But maybe like for you guys, like many years ago, like 3 decades ago, even though it's only 100,000 1,000 kilometers, still like would be hard for you to travel to see each other, right? Back then when transportation was not that developed, and like now, like here in China, if you have a long distance with someone working in another 1,000 kilometers, still like would be hard for you to travel to see each other, right? Back then when transportation was not that developed, and like now, like here in China, if you have a long distance with someone working in another city which is 1,000 kilometers away, then a lot because you have like very easily, but back then it might be hard. Oh, I like suspense movie. Do you like, oh, suspense movie, horror movie? Is that something like you like? What about horror movie? So okay, so many American people told me that horror movie is same as suspense movie, but somehow here in China, suspense movie is different from horror movie because horror movie is usually the kind of movie that has like ghost, that those kind of spiritual kind of stuff, right? But suspense movie is more about telling the story, and there are lots of mysteries around the story, and you just reveal, uncover the mysteries around the movie, and eventually you get to the end, know the answer. So suspense movie and horror movies are so very different in my impression, but somehow many people told me in English suspense movie and horror movie are the same. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yeah，悬疑片是吧？你喜欢看的是悬疑片还是鬼片啊？你喜欢看的是悬疑片还是恐怖片啊？因为我觉得悬疑片和恐怖片我的理解是不一样的，所以 Gigi 你喜欢看的是悬疑片还是鬼片？Gigi, do you like suspense movie or horror movie? Yeah, suspense movie are mysterious movie. Like for example, lots of the movie, for example, somebody all of a sudden was killed, and there was a detective that coming in try to figure out what's going on there, who's the killer, something like that. That is called suspense movie, right? However, when it comes to a movie that has a ghost in it, right? The ghosts eat people, something like that, then that is called a horror movie. So that's our impression, right? They're not the same in the US, but there's a crossover space. Oh, okay. So they're not the same, right? But somehow I remember back then there was a lot of people telling me that they are the same thing. Yeah, okay, glad to know they are different things. Yeah, so I can never watch horror movie. I'm so scared to watch horror movie. Like I would even be scared by hearing a horror story, so I couldn't even watch a horror movie, but I can watch a suspense movie. Yeah, so there are lots of like suspense TV dramas that is like really popular here in China. 我记得以前那段时间有几部悬疑片特别火哈，叫啥名来着？那个三部曲，yeah, 三部曲 guys, do you guys remember? There was a like just a couple of years ago, there were like there was one year that you have just like so many very high quality suspense drama, TV drama here in China. 反正就是里边总有一个叫颜良的，那个叫啥名儿？那个悬疑的电视剧，特别无声什么？Yeah, can anyone remind me of that? That is like 啊，隐秘的角落，对对对，就那几个什么隐秘的角落有3部曲嘛，一个是隐秘的角落，还有一个什么哦，these several ones, oh so good. I remember there was one episode I just cannot stop watching it. Like watch it episode after episode, like can't even take a breath of watching it because it's so good. Yeah. What about wuxia movies? When I was little, I like watch it, but now no, no. And I realized the reason why I watched lots of wuxia movie was back then it was like pretty popular in the 90s. Yeah. 于无深处哦，这也是一个悬疑电影吗？啊，我要去研究一下。于无深处，于无深处。Okay, thank you guys. You guys have recommended so many good movies. Yeah, yeah. So wuxia movies back then was like pretty popular, especially in the 90s. Somehow it's no longer that popular here. 哦，沉默的真相哦，我觉得沉默的真相是最好看的。沉默的真相是最好看的。我当时就是看《沉默的真相》，一集停也停不下来。呀，沙尘暴哦，沙尘暴也是很好看的悬疑剧吗？OK，我很喜欢看悬疑剧。沙尘暴，OK，哇哦。 Okay, so you guys are recommending so many good movies. Okay, yeah, Game of Thrones. Yeah, oh, personal favorite. Game of Thrones definitely so good. They Game of Thrones watch it twice, like so good. Yeah, I like dark tragic stories, but we'll watch nice ones too. Wait, why do you like dark tragic stories? What about then Gladiator? Is that considered to be a dark tragic story? Gladiator, the first one, not the second one. Okay, the first one, the Gladiator. Is that something you like to watch? Yeah. Oh, I wrote and directed a love movie. Oh my god, you guys know what? There's someone in TikTok called Underbrush Josh said he even wrote and directed a love movie. That is amazing. Oh my god, we have so many amazing people here in the live stream. So many talented and amazing people here in the live stream. There are even people that come in and said that he has wrote and directed a love movie. Yeah. And Underbrush Josh, can you also tell me what is your favorite love movie? What is your favorite love movie? And also, could you please share with us the name of the love movie you wrote and directed? 啊，幽灵公主这两天刚刚去看过。小时候很喜欢看幽灵公主，但长大了以后再看幽灵公主就觉得确实有点无聊。我不知道为什么哈，我有这个感觉。So for the past Labor's Day holiday, there was a cartoon movie that was on. Um, the name, what's the name? It's by the master, the cartoon master, 宫崎骏. How to say 宫崎骏？来查一下宫崎骏怎么讲。I think he's quite Ghibli. Do you guys know Ghibli? Ghibli, the cartoon studio, the Japanese cartoon studio Ghibli. So Ghibli had this movie called 幽灵公主. Let me see what's 幽灵公主's English translation, huh? 幽灵公主英文叫什么名字啊？幽灵公主这部电影，幽灵公主。Yeah, I have to move to China, but I can't speak Chinese. Am I in trouble? I don't think you will because I know so many foreigners who don't speak English but don't speak Chinese at all, but come to China and find a job and live in here pretty well. So I don't think that would be a problem. However, like many of them, after staying in China for a long time, they pick up some Chinese for sure because when you live in an environment there are like where everyone speaks Chinese, for sure you will just naturally pick up some Chinese, right? Princess Mononoke. Mononoke. Okay, so that's the English name of this movie by Ghibli Cartoon Studio. Yeah. So I watched that cartoon when I was little and I felt like, oh, that was such a great, amazing cartoon. Love it so much. So for the May's Labor Day, when the cartoon was on again here and I was sitting there and watched it again, I don't know. It just felt like maybe nowadays we're fed with lots of movies with fast pace. Somehow, like I just no longer like this movie. Especially at the very beginning, I even felt really sleepy. Felt like sleepy at the very beginning. Yes, yes, I will learn, but when I'll first be there, I won't. Haha. But thank you. Yeah, it shouldn't be a problem. Just come in here. Yeah, my movie is called Ever from 2014. Oh, okay. Ever from 20. I'm gonna write it down to check it out. Ever from 2014. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Daenerys on dragons rolling out with that fire. Okay, so Daenerys is your favorite character in there? Yeah. Somehow when we were traveling in Morocco, do you still remember there was a scene that was shot in Morocco? There was some palace. Daenerys went to this palace. There were lots of slaves, and she freed all the slaves there. And somehow the slaves become her followers. Do you remember that scene? So when we were in Morocco, we also went to the kind of palace. We also took a photo of that, just pretending we're Daenerys and also Daenerys followers, something like that. And they asked me to act as Daenerys. So I was basically standing there, and everyone was holding up a phone pretending they're holding up a torch, something like that. It was like pretty funny. Yeah. 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 You remember that scene with the stick, right? Yeah. Yeah. Lots of translator apps you could use to help exactly. Yes, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, people have shared so many love stories in the so many love movies in the comments. Yeah, that is so good. Yeah. There are like I saw many people type the name of Titanic. Lots of people type the name of Ghost. Lots of people type the name of what else? I saw like multiple answers of Titanic, also Notebook, right? I'm pretty sure many people really like the love movie of Notebook. Yeah. Yeah. So I was in Morocco too at the movie place. Oh, really, JG? Yeah, that's a pretty interesting spot for you to take photos. And Morocco is a pretty fun place, except the fact that everything is so slow, so low efficient. Like if you go to a restaurant in Morocco, you guys have no idea how long you need to wait until the dishes are served. So you guys take a guess. If you go to Morocco and eat in their restaurant, after you have ordered, how long do you need to wait till the food are served on the table? Take a guess. How long? How long does it take after you come into a restaurant, sit down, ordered the menu? Yeah, just tell the waitress what are the things you want to order. How long do you think you have to wait? Just take a guess. How long do you need to wait till the food is finally on the table? Take a guess. Tell me in the comments. Yeah. Five. What is five? Momo. 5 hours, 5 minutes. What is five? Yeah. Okay. What? Take a guess. How long does it take? I was just saying that it's pretty slow. It's really low efficient. It's slow. It's really slow and it's very low efficiency. Take a guess. How long does it take after you have ordered till the moment the dish is served on the table? The first dish, okay? Not mention the entire fit dish. Like the first dish was served on the table. How long does it take? Take a guess. So far, I have not seen any answer that is long enough. I have not seen any answer that is long enough. Okay? Take a guess. How long does it take? How long does it take? So we actually travel in different cities in Morocco. Maybe like Casablanca is like relatively faster. If you go in out of Casablanca, if you go to any other restaurants, literally the same. Everywhere is the same. It takes like so long. Okay, so okay, when I started to say I haven't seen any answer that is long enough, like people start to send in 2 hours and 3 hours, right? That is considered to be too long. But the average standard it's like 1.5 hour. 1.5 hour. 1.5 hour. So, well, Mark, you can say that's way too long. Then you would leave, right? The problem is that every restaurant you go is just 1 hour and a half, 1.5 hour. Because when we first like Casablanca was pretty okay, was like relatively faster. But when you go to other cities in Morocco, other places in Morocco, right? So like the first restaurant we went to, we waited for 1.5 hour till the dish was served. And we everyone of us was like, oh my god, how long? Why is so long time? And everyone was like so impatient. That's crazy, right? And then we went to some other restaurant. Like basically during the entire trip, every restaurant we went to, except the restaurant in Casablanca, every restaurant we went to, except Casablanca, and the last destination is Marrakesh. Except Marrakesh and Casablanca, the restaurants throughout the entire journey, every restaurant was like 1.5 hour waiting time. 1.5 hour waiting time. So like at the very first one, like we were like so angry, so impatient. Somehow our mood was trained pretty well. So we just had this kind of expectation that okay, anyhow, like no matter which restaurant you go, you just have to wait 1 hour and a half. So that's fine. Like whenever we just sit down, we're just gonna take a rest and wait for 1 hour and a half till the dish is served. Yeah, especially yeah, really like it's hangry. It's it's hungry and angry at the same time. It's hangry. Exactly, like you said. Yeah. So somehow that was a kind of normal standard in Morocco. So somehow we were just figuring out like why does it take so long time? So maybe they really seriously just when you order, they just prepare the food from the very first moment. Oh, Vicky, good to see you again. Oh, Vicky, good to see you. Long time no see. Long time no see. How are you, Vicky? How are you, Vicky? Yeah. So it's like, oh, you have to just wait for so long time until the dish was served on your table, and somehow, hope you're doing great. Yes, I'm doing great. How about you? Are you doing great? I hope you're doing great. Yeah. So somehow it was just like that. It takes so long time. Yeah. I'm learning some Chinese too. It's amazing. Ah, really? What are the Chinese you're learning? Oh yeah, just tell me in the comment. Tell me in the comment. What are the things that you're learning? Yeah, and Vicky, just so you notice there is a title in here, which is called in Chinese 春夏恋爱气象台. If you translate that directly into English, that would mean Spring Summer Fall in Love Stadium or Spring Summer Fall in Love Station. So that is a campaign that Red Note recently launched. So that's why for the next few days, the major topic we will discuss about is love. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I sometimes see you on TikTok. Oh, really? What's your username on TT? What's your username on TT? So next time I saw you there, I'll pick you up and have more interaction with you then. Yeah. The food must be exquisite. I'll wait instead of garbage food. I'd wait instead. Unfortunately, no, not really. Yeah, I don't consider the kind of food. Well, maybe it's because I'm not used to the food in Morocco. So I myself am definitely a foodie. I consider myself to be a foodie, but somehow Morocco, we try the food in Morocco. Not a huge fan. So they have this kind of thing, special thing called塔吉锅还是塔金锅, like a special a special what's it called? 那个砂锅 how to say 砂锅 how to say 砂锅 okay let me see how to say it 砂锅 so they have this very special way of cooking meat 砂锅 yeah it's called tajin right yeah tajiguo tajin yeah so somehow the flavor there was like really different so JG do you like the food in Morocco cooking using those tajin kind of thing. Yeah, clay pot. Yeah, clay pot with lid. Do you like the food? Yeah, I want to see from your perspective. Do you like the clay pot kind of food? Because Chinese, like none of us, when we were in Morocco, there are lots of Chinese in our group, right? But none of us really like that. Yeah, we don't like that at all. You like it. You like it. Okay, yeah, that's good for you. But like many of us just don't like the food in there. So like even though we wait for 1 hour and a half, like we still just wait for some food like we just dislike. Somehow that was pretty sad. Yeah. And yeah, that somehow again also they drink lots of tea as well, but the way they drink tea is very very different from the kind of way we drink tea in here. So they drink herbal tea. Wait, they drink what's it called? 薄荷. How to say 薄荷？一下子忘记讲薄荷怎么讲了。这个词我是知道的，脑子一下子卡壳了。薄荷怎么讲？薄荷怎么讲？突然间一下子想不起来。Mint, yeah. They drink mint tea. Yeah, they drink mint tea. So they put mint inside the tea, but somehow they would put lots of sugar in it. Thank you so much, guys. Yeah. 谢谢你们哈，我有些时候脑子会突然间卡壳，想不起来怎么说，然后你们这样提醒我就很好，Yeah。But I prefer Turkey, not enough spices of flavor in Morocco. Yeah, exactly. So that's exactly what I feel. They don't have enough spices of flavor in Morocco. It's basically just pure meat, just cooked in tagine, those kind of a clay pot with lid, something like that, right? So Turkey must have like so much stronger flavor, and that is so much better. Yeah, I definitely consider the very same. The very same, yeah. Yeah, so I remember back then, like they also like have like sugar and mint tea, and we were like, why do you want to put sugar in the tea? So here in China, well, it's usually the milk tea, so they would remix it to make it a new flavor. But somehow the kind of tea they drink in Morocco is quite exotic in our mind. So we feel like if they don't put sugar in the tea just by putting mint in the tea flavor is really nice, really refreshed. But somehow they were like, why don't you guys put sugar in it? They put lots of sugar in that. Yeah, you also saw that, right, JG? Yeah, they were surprised. They actually put lots of sugar in it. They put like many like sugar cubes in it and put in the mint tea and drink it. And somehow like once we also tasted the tea, like it's very sweet but also mint. Somehow we just don't like the flavor. Yeah, yeah. Turkey is weird, strange meat. Really, for my friends, I haven't been to Turkey yet, but my friends who's been to Turkey told me like Turkey is so much fun, so much fun. 对，就是你知道吗？就是那种感觉，往铁观音里面放糖，就是这个怎么能够忍得了？就是你在摩洛哥，你基本上看到的事情就是他们往铁观音里面放糖，就这个茶里面不放糖，你就只是铁观音泡茶，其实很香，很好喝。但是在摩洛哥里，这个摩洛哥他还把很多很多糖进去，一下子这个茶的味道就变了。Is tea common in China? Tea is very, very common in China, Joshua. It's really, really common here in China. Everyone drinks tea. So, like for example, my dad drinks tea every day. My aunt drinks tea every day. There are so many people just drink tea here in China. 对，就是你英式红茶里边也放糖和奶，就是，但它是红茶里边放糖和奶，这个和绿茶里边放糖和奶的概念还是不太一样。就反正怎么说呢，就那个味道很奇怪，很奇怪。Yeah, we can't get used to that kind of flavor. So later on, we asked like, hey, could you just give us the leaves and give us the hot water? We're just gonna have the tea without any sugar in it, and we tried that, and it's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, tea is very common here. Tea is and also since we're having this topic, which is love, spring, summer love station, right? So one of the things that, especially one when young couples meet for the first time, especially when it's like set up meeting, okay? For example, your friend introduced a guy or a girl to date with you, and it was the first time you guys meet, then you guys would probably just meet here in China in a tea shop. 可能会去一起喝个茶，对吧？相亲很多时候是喝茶的。How many of you guys have done it to meet a date, but in a tea shop here in China, and then drink tea for the first time meeting? So it's like tea date. It's a tea date instead of a coffee date. Like a tea date here in China is like pretty common. So you go to a place, and also like somehow like here in China, according to traditional Chinese medicine, we have shared a lot about that before, right? According to traditional Chinese medicine, like it's better for girls to drink something that is hot than cold, because coldness is not good for the womb, for the entire body, for your spleen and your stomach. So that is why like we drink lots of hot thing, right? So I remember it was so funny. There was one time that like one of my friends, she's a girl, right? And she went a date. So she met someone from online. So I encouraged her to use those online dating app, and she used those online dating app, was able to meet someone from online, and then was their first date. So the guy suggested to bring her to a bar. And then so the guy brought her to a bar, and that guy ordered a beer and asked like, "Hey, what's the thing you want to order?" And my friend, because she believed in Chinese medicine, like she did not want to drink anything alcohol. And also majority of the things they serve in a bar is usually just cold and icy, right? Icy and cold. All the cocktails usually just icy and cold, right? Because somehow the flavor is a lot nicer when it's cold, right? So somehow my friend was like so awkward with then, because she did not want to drink anything alcohol and anything cold and icy. And she was like inside a bar, okay, inside a very, very kind of a dating, kind of romantic bar, okay, with very dim light. Just imagine the kind of bar you would just go to, okay. And then she asked, okay, do you have hot tea? Can I have a cup of hot tea? That was so funny when she told me the story. I was like laughing so hard. I was like, what? You went on the first date with a guy inside a very romantic bar with dim light, and that guy ordered a beer, and you ordered a cup of hot tea? It was like so funny. Yeah, it was so funny. Yeah. My first Chinese date will be later this year. Oh, really? Good for you. Did they get her hot tea? Yes. Surprisingly, they do have hot tea. That is like really a big surprise. They do have hot tea. Yeah, maybe I like hot water or hot tea. Like maybe they just have some tea leaves, just put it into the water and just hot water and just gave it to her, like but nothing special. So it was like pretty funny. She got her hot tea, and like so she was like drinking hot tea, and then that guy was drinking beer, right? So you could feel like these are like very different vibes, right? And she's like, and the guy is like, cheers, So if for sure it didn't went on well. Yeah, it definitely didn't go well. Yeah. So it's like too awkward. Yeah. In a dating setting, I was like, yeah, I mean, like even if you just drink hot tea, maybe you just order some water, right? And just don't drink it. Or like you just pretend to order something, you just don't drink it, right? Or just pretend to drink it, and or just drink it a little bit and you say like, oh, it's not tasty, I'm just gonna leave it there, right? It's still better than just order a hot tea in a bar or a romantic bar, right? Yeah. Do you guys still remember your first date? Do you guys still remember your very first date? What's the age when you start your very first date? What's the age when you start your first date? Yeah, guys, tell me in the comment. Tell me in the comment. What's your first date? What's your age when you had your very very first date? Yeah. If my date did that, I would respect that move. Oh, that is very kind of you, Perry. Yeah. What's the age? What's your age when you had your first date? Tell me in the comment, my friend. What's your age when you had your first date? No talk。哦哟，早恋嘛？哎呀，no talk。你这个15岁初中就谈恋爱了，牛逼，厉害，你可以的，你可以的。是跟你老公吗？是跟你现在老公吗？你不是说你老公是你同学吗？Yeah, what's your age when you had your first date? Yeah, what's your age when you had your first date, my friend? Yeah, what's your age when you had your first date? Yeah. Well, to me, it's like really late. I had my very first date when I was 20 years old. Yeah, I had my very first date when I was 20 years old. So before I was like pretty nerdy. Somehow I also share with you guys that somehow here in China we are not allowed to well also not allowed and also not encouraged to have a romantic relationship when we were before university. So we call that early relationship 早恋. There's a specific term here in China that calls students who fall in love, have a relationship before entering into university. We call it early relationship, and that is like not encouraged and sometimes even forbidden. For example, in my senior high school and my junior high school, and also in my family, it is like really forbidden. Like my parents do not allow me to fall in love or get into a relationship or go on a date with any guy before I enter into university. So so that I am 100% focused on studying, because somehow the kind of thing, the logic behind that is because if you fall in love, you start a relationship, but somehow you're not mature, then you will be distracted from studying. You will just spend extra time on relationship, not spending as much enough time on studying, and that is considered to be bad. So that is why, like here in China, I think up to today still there's some like tradition like that. Like students before university are not encouraged or sometimes even forbid, not allowed to get into a relationship, and that is called, if you get into a relationship, that is called the too early relationship. And like parents or teachers would even just come to you and talk to you and ask you to break up with your boyfriend or girlfriend, something like that. Yeah, so that is why like I started my first date very late after I entered into university, right? But somehow love is something you need to learn, right? For example, you might have a crush, but if you really haven't really experienced get into relationship, like you don't know how to express your love. Sometimes you do like this person, but because you don't know how to express yourselves, you don't know how to send the signals to the person you like in the right way. So sometimes you just play it so awkward. So even though you really like this person, you probably just make this person feel that you don't like him at all, something like that, right? And so it's not easy process. It requires learning, right? You have to require trial and error until one day you finally realize, oh, what is the right way to express your love, to let other people know you do like him. And also like you guys can go out on the very first date, right? 谢谢你啊，雷德尔提醒我又忘了，是确实。It's such heavy rain outside. Yeah. Okay, yeah, guys, keep on telling me in the comment. Keep on telling me in the comment what is your age when you had your first date. I just shared with you guys what's my age when I had my first date. I could later on just share with you guys the kind of story when I had my first date, okay? I can also share with you guys the kind of story I had when I had my first date. But guys, tell me in the comment, what's your age when you had your first date? What's your age when you had your first date? Okay, Catherine also 20. Catherine also 20. Yeah, like same age as mine, right? What about anyone else? What's your age when you had your first date? Okay, Wesley is 18 years old. Yeah, good to see it. 15. Yeah, you're like no talk. No talk also had her very first love at the age of 15. Yeah. Yeah, also somehow like people start dating at a younger age, also get into marriage earlier. That's kind of feeling I have, like for people who had dating experience and like 15, because they had so many like romantic experiences already, so they tend to get into marriage at a earlier time. So 17, 18, 20. Yeah, oh okay, I thought 20, having the first date in 20 is considered to be a relatively like late age, old age, but somehow there are quite many people who also said that you guys had your first date in 20. So 20 somehow makes me feel like it's not like a too late age. Yeah. Would have been sooner, but I was too shy then. Yeah, everyone's like that. I was also, so that's why I was saying that, coming into a date requires practice, right? So you have maybe having a crush on someone, but somehow you do not know how to express your love. You're too shy. Sometimes when you are too shy, you're just wearing a mask, right? Even though you do like this person, but somehow you just don't want this person to feel because you're so shy. So maybe for a person that you have a crush on, you would just tend to be colder to him or her compared to other people that you don't have any feeling, right? So something like that. Yeah. First date hope is not first love. Uh-huh. Yeah, love and date is like two different things, right? You can date anyone, but you do not love everyone, right? 基本都是20以前. Yeah, majority of people have the first date before 20. Yeah, that is pretty interesting. Yeah, pretty interesting. Okay, majority of people have their first date in before 20. Yeah. So do you guys also have anything that very awkward you did back then in your first date? Do you still remember anything awkward that you did in your first dates? In your first dates, I can also share like my stories. Okay, so when I had my first date in 20, in the at the age of 20, was still in university years, right? So I met that guy was in university. Somehow back then there was a very famous TV show 我记得这个那段时间好像那个《非诚勿扰》吧，也不是那段时间，好像是在更早以前吧，《非诚勿扰》是一个很火的一个综艺节目嘛，right? So《非诚勿扰》is a very famous kind of a Chinese reality show. So basically, what they did is they asked a bunch of girls standing on the stage, and they would have like guys come in, each guy's coming in, and then like all the girls, the guy would then introduce himself, and all the girls would just look at this guy, listen to him to introduce himself. Then there will be first round, second round, third round. So after first round, the guy would introduce himself, and the girls who are interested in him will then keep her light on. Girls who are not interested in this guy will keep the light off. Okay. And then the second round, the guy will then continue introducing himself, and then second round, light on, light off, and third round, light on, light off. And if there's still one light on and the guy is also interested in the girl, then they can just be together and get off the stage. So there is something like that. So back then in the university, we also played the very same game. So they had this kind of thing. They arranged a campus version of 非诚勿扰. They asked like some guys in here and also girls, just to sit on the stadium, and we're gonna also just show it's very interesting. It's like you just imagine like a fan, okay? So if you like this guy, you're just gonna show this side of your fan. If you don't like this guy, you're gonna show the opposite side of your fan, something like that, right? Yeah. So actually, the guy I had a crush with back then in university, to have the first date, he's not any of those kind of men that's come to this show, like introduce himself. He's the judge. He's the judge. 就大家如果记得的话，就是里边以前看那个《非诚勿扰》里边有一个孟佳的角色，大家记得吗？就是我当时的这个 first crush，当时 first date 的这个哥们儿，他就是演孟佳那个角色的。Yeah. So back then in university, so the guy I had my first date with, he is actually the guy that played Meng Jia's角色. So usually in those kind of Chinese 非诚勿扰 show, there was a guy acting as a psychology observer. Yeah, observer is the right word. So he actually was the observer. So I was the kind of girl sitting on the stage, right? So I had no interest in any of the guys coming in. Somehow I had interest in him. So it's so funny. Like I was really shy, right? I did not tell him. I was not able to get to meet him in person back then, but somehow like I told many people, I said like I think this guy is really charming. I think this guy is like I was like just telling people, right? It was not like telling people on purpose. I was just telling people, you know what? 孟非啊，孟非是吧？不是孟佳是吧？忘了孟非，对对，孟非不是孟佳，孟佳是另外一个女演员，搞错了，有一个叫孟非的角色，对对，就那哥们儿他就是孟非。然后呢，我就跟很多人说，我说啊，我觉得这个人很有意思。Yeah, I remember his name is called Will. Yeah, I was just basically just telling everyone. I was like, oh, I think Will is charming. Yeah, why Will was the observer? Will should be on the stage. If Will is on the stage, I would definitely turn my fan up, like to tell him that I'm interested in. Wait. 不对，是乐嘉，我没说错，是乐嘉。对，乐嘉是 observer，孟非是主持人嘛，right? So like also it was like just telling so many people, and somehow this words just passed to him. He got to know about that, and so the other day I remember so clearly that the other day in the evening, back then we still use MSN. I remember we still use MSN. Yeah, how many people of you guys have used MSN? 有没有多少人？大家有哪些人是以前用过 MSN 的？有没有用过 MSN 的？How many of you guys have used MSN? How many of you guys have used MSN? So if you guys have used MSN, sending a smiley face. You haven't used MSN, sending a crying face. Okay, let's do this. Okay, yeah. How many of you guys have used MSN? Yeah, if you have used MSN, sending a smiley face. If you haven't used MSN, sending a crying face. Okay, yeah. So I remember back then we still use MSN. And then that guy, after I just told like quite many people, like, oh, you know what, I think this guy is attractive. I like this guy, something like that. No, dog. Really? Okay, then you must be so young. You must be like really young. 你可能年纪太小了，所以都没有用过 MSN. So for those of you who do not know MSN, so MSN is back then the WeChat version that we use. So unlike the now, so there is like a small window that this small like kind of app that you have to download, install in your computer, and then somehow like in order to talk to someone, someone will first have to send a friend request to you, and you have to approve the friend request, and you guys become a friend, and you guys can start to talk. 暴露年纪了，确实暴露年龄了哈。因为年纪小的肯定是没有用过 MSN 的，只有年长的才用过 MSN， 对不对 ？MSN 对。So I remember so clearly the other evening I was just browsing my laptop, and somehow there was a thank you, that is a lovely thank you JG, that's a very lovely gift. So somehow it's like just doing some random stuff, all of a sudden there is a friend request popping up. There's a friend request popping up, and that says Will wants to add me as his friend. So Will sent me a friend request. So maybe he has heard about the news somewhere from someone. So that's why he approached me actively, sent me a friend request. And I was like, you guys know, like back then, I remember I was in my dorm, right? And I was like screaming. I was like, oh, no, Will's here. Something like that. I was like screaming, right? And we started chatting, and he later asked me out. So that's how we started our first date. And like, because that was my first date. So that's why I say, like, I think it's pretty okay to start love in senior high school. For example, if I have children in the future, I would definitely encourage my children to start dating at a younger age, not till 20, definitely before 20, maybe starting from 17 is good, right? Because like love do require practice. So back then, what happened to me is that I don't have lots of love experience, right? 麦不是很好，谢谢你啊，因为没电了，我重新换一个，这个没电了。Okay, a second. 现在可以了吗？我现在不用麦了，因为这个麦没电了，所以就声音不好。Yeah, someone's saying that the mic is not working very well, so that's why I removed the mic. I'm just using the laptop to do the broadcasting because it's running out of battery, so that is why like the mic is not good. Okay. Yeah, 好很多了. Okay, no wonder I saw the people online is dropping. Okay, so if there's anything wrong about this live stream, just tell me. Okay, tell me in the comments, and I will readjust to make sure the quality of everything is good. If there's nothing I can do, I would also tell you guys. Okay, 好很多哈，好的，行，谢谢。刚才是谁跟我提出的这个建议啊？啊，刚才是谁提出的这个建议啊？我要谢谢你啊 ，Dylan，Thank you Dylan for giving this suggestion. Yeah. And also, I told you, Catherine saying like, I totally get you, right? So you were like, you totally got me when I said that like love requires practice, right? So because I did not have lots of practice before my first date, right? So because that was my very first date. 我听着麦反而不好，有杂音是吗？OK， 好的，行，那就先这样，因为今天麦因为没电了，不然的话应该是更好一点的。OK， 好的，谢谢你们哈 ，Thank you also Joe Cracker. Yeah, nice. We hear you much better. Okay, great. Thank you. Just tell me next time if there's something wrong with those mic, everything, and I will just try to adjust everything. Okay, and guys, follow me please if you haven't done so, and please keep on tapping the screen to send in likes. Okay, keep on tapping the screen to send in likes, and also just so you guys know, here on Red Note there is also a chat group. For no new people, new friends in here, this is our family. You're very welcome to join this followers club, okay? To join me in this followers club, okay? Yeah. 在国外待几年才能那么流利？其实说实话，我没有在国外待很久，我就是在我的本科的时候，在美国读了一个很小学期，就3-4个月的一个交换项目，然后在研究生的时候去英国读了一个研究生，之后我就在香港工作了，所以本质上你要说在国外生活很久，其实并没有很久 ，OK？ Yeah, so that's why like I remember back then when I had my very first date, somehow.Because like I was really nervous, I really had this crush on this guy, and I was really nervous. I did not know how to behave myself, and just so you guys know, I would make like extremely silly mistakes, silly up to a point. Like what kind of silly mistakes? Okay, you guys would be laughing. So I'm short-sighted. Okay, for sure, those are people who are short-sighted. For sure, we would either wear glasses or we would wear like contact lens, right? And if we don't wear glasses or wear contact lens, then probably it's just like we don't see the world like very clearly. right? And like I was so nervous that I even forgot to put on my glasses, my contact lens. And after I came into his car and I started to realize that everything I saw was so blurry, I realized that I forgot to wear my glasses. Up to that, so nervous like that. Yeah. Because I did not have lots of experience then, right? Somehow remember if I was able to have some romantic experience back then in senior high school, then it would be like very different. I would be able to handle everything like really well, right? It's not right. You're attractive. You can get any guys you want. Oh, Catherine, that's so sweet of you to say that. Yeah. But back then I did not get him because like I said, it was so inexperienced. And like I just made, just keep on making like those kind of stupid mistakes. Thank you, JG. We just keep on making all sorts of those kind of stupid mistakes, right? And somehow, because I was so nervous, I made all those stupid mistakes. Somehow, just made this guy feel like I'm a silly girl, and then he just lost interest in me completely. So that's what happened back then when I had my first date. So, well, also like the date did not go on very well. Like we didn't really officially start a relationship and somehow it just ended. And like I was like really, really sad. That was the very first time I felt like heartbroken. And also whenever you're heartbroken, you just don't have enough appetite. You just don't have appetite for anything else. Gotta have a good night, gotta work out. Okay, have a nice workout, JG. Good to see you today. Thank you so much for coming in. Yeah, so like I do not feel like eating anything and lost lots of weight, even though I didn't even start a relationship. But somehow because it ends, this crush ends, for sure I know that this is not going to work out, and somehow it was like that. Yeah. And after I returned back to China, because I met him during my exchange program in UT Austin, University of Texas in Austin, right? So when I returned back to university here in China, somehow like we lost contact completely, okay? Because afterwards, like people no longer use MSN, and afterwards people no longer use, so started to migrate it to, I remember back then, use something called 飞信还是什么? And then afterwards starts to use WeChat, right? So when people migrated to other platforms, you just start to lose contact with people that you used to be in contact using the old form of communication, right? To keep in contact. So that's why like I lost contact with him. And however, a few years ago, I was able to get his contact. So somehow I was able to get in contact with another girl from the same university. So that's why I asked her, like, do you still have his contact? Do you have his contact? I love to keep in contact with him. Like, so like she said, yes, I do have his WeChat. So somehow like she sent me, this friend shared with me Will's WeChat. So that's why I added him on WeChat and we just greet each other. But basically nothing happened. Nothing happened. And we were like very happy to stay connected on WeChat, but that's all. Yeah, so we haven't really talked. So a few years ago, we actually just talked for a few things, like when we first connected, but never talked afterwards. So that's basically the story of my first date and my first crush, very first crush. Wait, well, that is not my first crush, but that's my first date. I had my crush in my senior high school, but no date, nothing at all. Because like I said, that is called here in China, we are not allowed to have like high school romantic relationship, right? Because that is called too early relationship. And so parents and teachers would constantly just educate you and tell you that you cannot do it. So that's why like no matter how hard you had this crush, you just cannot do it. So that's not my first crush, but that's definitely my first date. So that's what happened back then. Yeah. Heartbroken and here right away. Why? Yeah. I don't understand. I thought you were speaking in your language. What? I don't quite understand you. Here's a question for you. What is the white ring on your glass? A rubber grip or something? Oh, this thing? Because this is a glass cup, okay? This is a glass cup. It's a glass cup. So when I pour tea in it, it's going to be too hot. So that's why they have this kind of, when they design this cup, they have this thing. So when you hold it, it's no longer hot. Like it's easier for your hand to hold. So that's the white ring, yeah. Are we ever going to meet your husband? He's too shy. He is too shy. Yeah, but I can guys show you photos of him. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys photos. So this is our wedding photo. So this is me and this is my husband. Yeah, a photo. Yeah, a photo of him. Yeah, so he's too shy. He does not want to show his face in front of the camera. Yeah, so can only show you guys a photo of him. Yeah. One way of showing you guys how does my husband look like. Yeah. Yeah, pretty tall. Yeah, because I am very tall, so he is taller than me. So like that is why. So yesterday I was talking to him. So we had dinner out, and I was saying that, well, if it would be better if you were taller. And he's like, because he's already like pretty tall. He's 185 centimeters tall, like 185 centimeters tall. So he's definitely like pretty tall. And I was like, oh, it would be better if you are 188 centimeters tall. If you can be like 3 centimeters taller, that would be nice. He's like, and then he was like, well, actually in my university years, I'm actually that tall. Because back then in university years, I have much better muscles and I'm linear, and that is why I look taller. I was like, no, it's not about whether you are more muscular or you're like skinnier, linear. It's about the height. So we had this like very interesting kind of argument yesterday about that. Yeah. 老公咋办？他们想看你。好，算了，你现在没穿衣服，你不能出镜。我给他们看你的照片，大家说你很帅。有机会啊 OK 他说有机会 My husband just said, yeah, there will be chances for you guys to see him in the future. In the future, he said, yeah, there will be chances for you guys to see him. Okay, so that's why you guys need to follow me. Okay, follow me and stay tuned. Yeah, you look very good together. Yeah. Thank you, James. Thank you, James. 哎呦，奶凶的这个名字好可爱啊！奶凶的。你是怎么样奶凶呢？我很喜欢奶凶的，那种奶凶的感觉，我还挺喜欢的。See the photo, yeah. For those of you who are new in here, let's let you guys to see the photo again. Let me see if there's any other photo. So we take our like wedding photos, right? And somehow this wedding photos, the studio sent us a calendar for free with our photos in it. That is pretty sweet. That is pretty nice. So we have like lots of photos. Let me see what are the good photos in here that I can show you guys. Yeah, you did not see it. Re-show. Yeah, right. So show you guys, right? Okay, yeah, a photo of us, right? And that's Shanghai's Oriental Pro TV tower, and that is me. Do I have a very sexy body? A very sexy body. Yeah, right. And so this is another photo, right? I like this one too. Yeah, I like this one too. Okay, so that is me. That is my husband. Yeah. And we also have some other photos, right? And like this one. Yeah, so also pretty interesting photo, right? Him standing and me also very sexy, right? Sexy, right? Yeah. Photos, and also, ooh, this is pretty big wedding dress, like big wedding dress, right? Very long wedding dress, okay? Yeah, so definitely lots of very nice and interesting photos. Let me see if there's any other good photos, right? Good photos. Yeah, this one. Yes, like me holding lots of roses. Yeah, now you guys see it, right? Yeah, happy? See it? Yeah, see it? Yeah, so that's that's me and my husband. What age did you get married? That's a pretty private question, because I tell you what age I got married, and you guys will then know know my age. Yeah, 老公是长春的，我不是长春的，我是上海人，老公是东北人。Yeah, 老公是东北人，老公是长春的，我是上海的。Yeah, so that's why you guys also saw me post a video, which is about the price in Changchun, because my husband is from Changchun in northeast China. Okay, northeast China. Yeah, so that's why so the price there was like really cheap. So I was able to make a post of the video showing the grocery store price there and that supermarket and the grocery store there, and everyone was so surprised by seeing like how cheap everything is here. Yeah. We could look at photos all day. Exactly. Yeah. Photos taken in the French concession area. Yeah, so we actually had one like outdoor
that is not considered to be outdoors. So there is a hotel. Okay, so for those of you guys who wants to take your wedding photos here in Shanghai, that is a pretty good hotel. So this one, okay. So this one, so this is a good. This is not a good hotel to stay in. Okay, it's called 沙美大厦。沙美大厦这是一个酒店。OK， 如果大家有人想要拍结婚照的话，其实挺推荐的。但是呢，怎么说呢？就是这个景很好，但这个酒店不行。This hotel is not so good, but somehow this view is pretty nice. So this view is pretty good for taking photos. I've seen like so many like young couples just take wedding photos at the very same balcony because somehow from this angle it's like pretty nice. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Yeah, so that's what I did back then. Yeah, yeah. Wait, is it culture at your country, at your guys' country, to take wedding photos, to take photos? Well, this is not like wedding photos. I'm sorry, this is not wedding photo. This is more called 婚纱照, wedding dress photo, like the kind of photos that you guys would take before getting married. I want to see if that's only a China thing. Engagement photos, yeah, something like engagement photos. Like, is that a big thing in your country? So here in China, that we would take those kind of photos, we call it wedding dress photo, 婚纱照. So that when we have our wedding, there will be some photos that can be shown in the weddings during the wedding ceremony. For example, when you send out those wedding invitations, there usually will be some photos on the wedding invitation. Especially nowadays, lots of people are sending electronic version. E-version of wedding invitation. Like when I had my wedding, I sent my e-version, e-card, rather than the paper card, okay, as an invitation. So that is why that we would also take lots of those like engagement photos, according to your way of saying it, and put it into the e-version of this invitation and send out to others. Yeah, so also you would also have like big banners to show people, oh, this is the wedding venue, right? And that's also how you're having those kind of wedding photos. Yeah, so I want to see like with those kind of like engagement photos. Yeah, wedding photos are usually during the wedding day, so that's why we don't call it wedding photos. We call it wedding dress photos in Chinese, but I guess in your term it's called engagement photo. Yeah, engagement photo. I took wedding photos in San Francisco. It was so windy. It felt bad. Yeah, San Francisco is windy all the time. It's so windy all the time. Yeah. But I mean like when you're facing the wind, right? The wind that just blows you and you're having, what's it called? 这个头纱. What's it called? 这个头纱这样吹起来应该还是很美的呀。Don't talk. 对 ，No talk. 我看过你照片，你很美的。我猜想你的这个 wedding photo 肯定也是很美的。Yeah. Let me see the comments in here. Here is bad luck to see the bridge on before the weekend. Oh, okay. So that is why like there are so many videos out there that is like the first look kind of videos, right? So husbands see their girls wearing wedding dress for the first time, like first look. The reason why you guys have this first look is because it is considered to be a bad luck to see bride on wedding dress before the wedding ceremony, right? But here in China, like lots of the husband would just accompany the girls to pick up wedding dress. Yeah, so we have that in here. For example, my wedding dress, like when I pick which wedding dress, like you have to go to the store, right, to try different wedding dress to see which wedding dress you fit best, right? So my husband actually accompanied me to go there and to do all the selection. So it's not like that in your country, my friend? Yeah? Want to know it? So it's not like that in your country. So we do engagement photos without the wedding dress. Oh, okay. Well, very interesting. The culture really varies at different countries. So you guys do like engagement photos, but just wearing like everyday dress, but a very nicer dress, but it's not like wedding dress, right? Yeah, so we do have those kind of engagement photos, but wearing wedding dresses. Yeah, like the culture is so different. It's pretty interesting to see how the different cultures are like. The groom can't go dress shopping, so it's usually the bride and the bride's friends and bride's moms going the dress shopping, right? Right, Vicky? Am I right about that? Hi, Chris. Oh, okay. I think real bad luck is a bachelor party before a wedding. Yeah, and also in the West, you guys have this bachelor party, right? But here in China, we don't have bachelor party. Yeah, so like I think that is nice. Like Well, unfortunately, I cannot do that, but I feel like it would be better like to have this wedding dress pic and have the first look, right? Somehow, but I don't think like my husband is the kind of person that will feel very touched to have this first look. Basically, when he turned around, he's just looking at you wearing all the wedding dress, and it's like, oh, good, nice. That's all. Yeah. Oh, bad luck for a bride in wedding dress before a wedding. Okay, so here in China, we don't have such thing like that. Yeah, we don't have such thing like that. So like people just wear wedding dress before a wedding and take photos and like for grooms to see it. Like it's all fine. Yeah, all fine. So like what about bachelor parties? Like in your country, you guys all have bachelor parties, right? So here in China, we don't have bachelor party culture. So that's why like I was so busy, I forgot about bachelor party. I forgot, like I completely forgot about it. So back then when I was in my early 20th, I have my friends who have throw a bachelor party before a wedding. It was so much fun, like a bunch of girls gather together and do something like really crazy and really fun, right? Go to nightclubs and even have some strippers, right? And all like some girls would just go to Greek together, you know, so many like really fun like bachelor parties. But somehow I forgot about bachelor parties entirely, completely. I forgot about that. So that's why like when it comes to my wedding, I did not have any bachelor party at all. But somehow I consider bachelor party to be something really, really fun. I also heard from one of my Singaporean friends. I have a friend in Singapore. Do you guys have your bachelor party? Yeah, so how many of you guys have had a bachelor party, and what do you guys do in your bachelor party? Yeah, and for Chinese friends, I'm gonna explain in Chinese, okay? So 就是叫什么来着？中国的宝宝们，你们要知道，在外国的话，在结婚之前，他们会做一个单身汉派对。就这个单身汉派对里面，你可以干各种各样非常疯狂的事情，因为相当于就是你在结婚前的最后一次解放，所以有非常多的外国人他都会搞一个 bachelor party。所以我在问这个老外朋友们说，你们的 bachelor party 都在干什么？ I'm asking people like, what is your bachelor party? What do you do? What did you do in your bachelor party? What did you guys do? Bachelor and bachelorette. Is it bachelorette? How to pronounce it? Gonna search it. Bachelor, a little bit hard for me. Bachelor party and bachelorette. Bachelorette party 啊，你说对了，好的，行，谢谢啊。Bachelorette party, yeah. So bachelor party and bachelorette party. How many of you guys had bachelor party? Yeah, you guys have. Yes. What did you do? Tell me. Share with me in the comments. What do you guys do for the bachelor and bachelorette party? Yeah, I want to see what are the crazy things you guys do. So I remember also, have you guys watched Friends? That very very famous TV series. Yes, we cheated. Chris, seriously? Yeah, so like I remember watching Friends, right? Friends, also Monica, when Monica is about to marry Chandler, so she also throw a bachelor party, and in her bachelor party, they hired strippers to come over to dance for them, something like that. I remember that. Do you guys remember that? Yeah, I remember that was pretty fun. Yeah, and also. So, like, I had a friend who's a Singaporean, and he shared with us about his bachelor party. So they say that if you want to throw a bachelor party for a man, go to Taipei. Go to Taipei in Taiwan, okay? Go to Taipei. So for girls, if you want to throw a bachelorette party, go to Korea. Go to Seoul. So Seoul is the craziest bachelorette party place. And Taipei is it's the craziest bachelor party because you can do like so many crazy things out there. Yeah. Western girls love cheating, creating drama and problems while you work hard. What are you talking about? The girls watch Friends too much. Oh my god. Wait, but I know like many like guys also watch Friends. Like Friends is a big thing. Please don't come to Taiwan. Why? I mean, because I have a Singaporean friend. Like he told me he had his bachelor party in Taipei, in a hotel, and somehow they had a very big room, one of the biggest room in the hotel in Taipei. So got it, right? Vicky got it. So I'm gonna first share about the kind of culture in Taipei. I'm gonna later on share with you what happened in Seoul. Okay, in Korea, Seoul. So like during the bachelorette party, the bachelor party in Taipei, my Singaporean friend basically did everything except the final step, everything. So basically inside that hotel, they have like lots of like very sweet Taipei girls coming in. Okay, so at the very beginning it was just like a party, right? A bunch of guys drinking, right? So they basically just booked one of the biggest room inside the hotel, and they had all the Taipei girls with very hot bodies, sexy bodies, and beautiful look faces coming in. A lot of girls, and then like several bachelors in there, right? And very first they started drinking, and after a while, like everyone starts to play drinking games and taking off clothes, and later on a while, like everyone is just naked. Everyone is just naked, and there are lots of like ice cubes, you know. What do you mean by sweet? Sweet means that like those girls are very good at saying things like being very sweet, like sweet girls, like sweet honey girls, like you get it. Like for example, like you can do真的吗? You know, those are considered to be like really sweet. I'm not so good at that, but I know like some of the Taipei girls, some Taiwanese girls are really good at that. So basically what happened is that everyone is just naked, and no matter the bachelors, the men, and also the girls are all naked, and they just start to play the games of throwing ice cubes on each other's body. And that is the kind of bachelor party that happened in Taipei. 这个真的是 oh my god, yeah, Chris, right? When I heard about that, I was like, oh my god. So he shared with us because somehow we also knew the people that went to his bachelor party, and also he said that a girl basically did something like just pushed one of the friend we knew that on the table and pour all ice cubes on him, and then that guy, our friend that we knew, that it was like all naked, everything is naked, everyone is naked. So that's why like he said that whenever someone wants to throw a bachelor party, if he wants to go really crazy, then just go to Taipei. Okay, what do you bring to the table? I didn't go, for sure. It's a bachelor party. Like how come a girl would go? Like this is a bachelor party, right? It's a bachelor party. Bachelor party is for guys, right? So for sure I was not there. So this is a Singaporean friend told me about that. Okay, yeah. So like everyone, like it was like so eye-opening for girls, right? We never like. So we were not there, so everything is in our imagination. We were basically just imagining everything, right? Okay, 我要用中文稍微讲一下哈，就是如果在国外有一个文化，就是你在结婚之前是要办一个单身派对的。如果对于男生来讲，因为单身派对是被认为是就是你结婚前的最后一次解放、最后一次自由的时间，你还单身嘛？结完婚以后你就要。对吧？就要洁身自好，只守身如玉了。所以呢，在国外就有这个 culture 是要去办单身派对。And then 最疯狂的，如果对于男生来讲，想要去办单身派对的话，那就是要去台北办单身派对。Yeah, exactly. It's in English. It's called bachelor's party. Okay, I was just我刚才就是用英文去把这个故事讲了，就是我有一个新加坡朋友跟我讲了他在台北办单身派对的一个经历。基本上他做的一件事情就是，他们就在一个很大的一个酒店里面订了非常大的一间房间，应该是里面最大的房间之一，然后就叫了一群女生进来，台湾女孩，大家知道台北女孩就是很嗲的嘛，很嗲的。然后呢，上来一开始大家就是只是喝酒，都很矜持，然后酒喝完了以后就开始玩喝酒游戏。等喝酒游戏玩到一定地步以后，大家就开始脱衣服，到最后所有人全部都是全裸。OK， 所有人都是全裸，在一个酒店里边。然后呢，开始就是有很多的这个冰块，然后就玩那个相互扔冰块的游戏，就是无论是男生还是女生，全部都是裸体，然后就是把冰块扔到这个各自的这个身上。So that's basically very crazy. Like bachelor party, the craziest bachelor party I ever had. I have ever heard about it. So like in Taipei, so according to my friend, the Singaporean friend, he said like they did everything during the party except the final step, okay? Except the penetration, the last step, except that, like they did everything. So like throwing ice cube, I'm pretty sure they also did lots of things like making out, like everything like that, hugging, you know, touching, you know, everything. I'm pretty sure like everything, because he told me that like they did everything in this bachelor party except the last step, okay? Except the last step. It was just like all the naked guys and naked girls, like I mean, I was like, oh my god, you guys are so good. Like everyone is naked and still you didn't do the last step that was considered to be Yeah, so that's the craziest party. So that's why, like, after hearing about this story, I have another friend who's a girl who heard about the story, who heard about like how crazy the bachelor party in Taipei is like. So when he was about to marry to her husband back then, and her husband also said he wants to throw a bachelor party in Taipei, so she did one thing. She did one thing before her husband went to Taipei, and she also shared that with all of us. And she said, "This is something that you girls must all do it." So the 1 week before her husband go to Taipei to throw her bachelor party, so she basically asked her husband to have sex every single night. Every single night, and she's like, 她说 OK， 我老公去台北之前，我一定要把他给榨干。He said something like that. It was so funny, because she needs to make sure that when her husband went to Taipei to have this bachelor party, he no longer have this energy to do anything with the Taipei girls, because she, after hearing about the story, how crazy the bachelor party is like in Taipei, my friends need to make sure that when her husband throw a bachelor party in Taipei, that he has no energy to do anything like that. So she basically did something like that. So every single night for the 1 week or 2 weeks before her husband's bachelor party. So she's like, every single night, she's like, okay, we need to do this. We need to do this. I want you to do this with me, before going to that. Nytrix, you make me feel, oh my God, Nytrix, I never knew this. Now you know it, Chris, right? Yeah. Does your friend's wife know? Yeah, so she knew the story. She knew the story together with me. So she heard the story together with me from the Singaporean friend. So both of us realized like how crazy that Taipei's bachelor party could be after hearing the story from the Singaporean friend. Like the Singaporean friend basically just depict every tiny details about the entire bachelor party. There are many things I cannot share with you because it's a live stream, right? It would be considered to be too horny. But remember back then, so that friend like just shared every single tiny detail with all of us about his bachelor party in Taipei. And we were like, what? Are your wife okay with that? Like, is your wife okay with what happened there? And he's like, yeah, my wife is pretty okay, because I'm pretty sure she had a very same type of bachelor party in Seoul by herself as well. And we were like, oh. And like just shared every single tiny detail with all of us about his bachelor party in Taipei. And that's why they decided to throw the bachelor party in Taipei. And somehow like my friend just in order to prevent. So also like the feedback that she got, okay, some afterwards talking. So the feedback she got, like my friend got, like after returning back to Hong Kong. So the bachelor parties, they said that, look, everyone else was like very energetic. Everyone was like seeing all those girls, and they have those starry eyes of, oh, pretty girls, and hang out with those pretty girls in the bachelor party, except her husband, because her husband was so tired. Her husband was like, oh my God, I don't want to see any girls anymore. I don't want to hang out with girls anymore, because every day before the bachelor party, he was basically having sex with her wife every single night, maybe multiple times, right? And then he's like losing all the energy, like lost interest in females at all during his bachelor party, right? It was a pretty funny story. Yeah, he's so tired. He was so tired when he was having bachelor party. So that's like so also my friend, right? This girlfriend has some spy, right? Some of the guy that went to the bachelor party, attended his husband's bachelor party, was my friend's spy, right? So she secretly asked those spies, right? Hey, is that tell me what happened in the bachelor party? What happened in the bachelor party? Tell me. They was like, okay, don't worry. Okay, your husband is pretty tired. Like he look pretty tired all the time. Does not have anything. Does have no interest in all the ladies in here. Don't worry at all. Something like that. It was so funny. Yeah, she's really smart. And so that's why later on, this girlfriend just shared when we went out and having a drink. So that girl just shared with us about the story and said like, this is something you guys all you girls all need to do. Okay, if your husband ever wanted to throw a bachelor party in Taipei, do that. Do the exact same thing I did. It worked. So you guys need to do it too. Something like that. Yeah, it was really funny. Yeah. Okay, guys, follow me please if you haven't done so. Okay, follow me please if you haven't done so. Okay, follow me please if you haven't done so. And for those of you guys on Red Note, just so you know, I have the followers club in here. A followers club in here. Okay, so join my followers club, and this is where you are able to find a family. Okay, this is where you're able to find a family. Okay, yeah, a pretty funny story, right? Pretty funny story, right? So for ladies, then it's gonna be so. For ladies, that's gonna be so. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so they say that in Seoul, somehow the people, Korean people, especially in Seoul, they really like to work out. So that's why they have like really good muscles and compared to all the other West Asian people. So the Korean people, there are like tall Korean people. And also Korea is the country that people pay a lot of attention to their outside look, right? They do lots of plastic surgeries to make themselves look more beautiful, more handsome, right? It's not only girls who would do plastic surgery, guys would also do plastic surgeries, right? And also guys would also put on makeups to make their skin look nicer, something like that, right? So they're happily married. They're still happily married. Yeah. And so that's why they say like for girls, if you want to throw a bachelorette party, then just go to Seoul, because in Seoul you're able to find the best man, like the most muscular man, the most handsome man, and then you just find a nightclub and bring all your ladies to the nightclubs, and then you're just gonna go find those very handsome like Korean guys come into the nightclub. So these are the places in Asia. So I'm pretty sure there are places in other countries that are considered to be good for a bachelor party or bachelorette party, but here like it's Seoul, like for ladies, like you just go to Seoul, right? To go to, there are also like some like famous nightclubs where you'll be able to have a higher chance to find or rent like very handsome Korean model types kind of people, and who can be so hot and then just accompany you and play all the games with you. So that's why like a lot of the girls would then just throw a bachelorette. So the girls I told you guys just now that who basically just ask her husband to have sex every single night before her husband throw a bachelor party in Taipei. So she herself threw her own bachelorette party in Seoul. Yeah, so she did in Seoul, like very crazy. And she also later on shared with us like the details of her party. I didn't go, I forgot the reason why I didn't go, but somehow I didn't go. So she later on went back and shared with us all the tiny details about the bachelorette party, and so like also very crazy, but not that crazy. Okay, not that crazy as the Taipei version, the Singaporean friends Taipei version, where everyone is naked, like throwing ice cubes to each other. So like for the girl, the Taipei the Seoul one is basically just having like very handsome tall Korean guys coming over, do the stripper dance. That's pretty much it. So we pretty much the same level as like many girls would experience in the US, right? Many girls like in the friends, you would notice that also that girls would ask some strippers to come over and to do a lap dance, right? The stripper dance at home, something like that. So they basically did that. It's just that, you know, in Seoul, there's a higher chance to find like a relatively higher quality of guys do that for you in Seoul compared to some other places. Yeah. I don't think we have stripper clubs in here in China. Do we have that, my friends? Do you guys know if we have any stripper clubs here in China? Not I'm aware of. Maybe we do, but secretly we have some, but it's not definitely not open. Definitely not something that you can put on the table like everyone know about. It may be like secret because somehow that is not so legal. So I don't think we have like stripper club in here in China. Yeah. And also you could also go to Japan, but somehow like Japanese overall speaking, like the Japanese way of aesthetic is also quite different. So in Japan, you also have this kind of shops that is called 牛郎店, right? And have you guys heard about those? Like how to say 牛郎店? I don't even know how to say it in English. So those in Japan, you have those kind of shops where there are lots of guys. So those guys' job is just like those kind of bars. They would just serve those ladies. If you go there, they would just sit together with you to talk to you and drink with you, something like that. How do you call them? Yeah, so yeah, you guys know that, right? So I have actually watched some documentary that talk about the stories of those guys, okay, working those jobs inside those kind of bars in Japan. Somehow, like as a Chinese girl, I really don't understand the kind of the aesthetic kind of. I don't appreciate their handsomeness, so I don't think the way how they make up themselves are considered to be handsome. Like for Chinese girls, I feel like we feel like the kind of Niu Lang in those Japanese bars, Japanese shops, are considered to be too feminine. For example, they would dye their hair blonde and very long, like a very weird like hairstyle and like very weird makeup. So we don't like that. So compared to Japanese style, like the Korean style is more relatively considered to be healthier and also hard to say, like it's like major mainstream kind of thing. So that's why like for girls who in Asia who wants to throw a bachelorette party, they would just go to Seoul, go to Korea to throw those party, right? Because you're there's a higher chance to see those like tall guys with muscular bodies and who are also willing to perform stripper dance. And also you guys know like Korea has a very big entertainment industry. They have a very big entertainment industry, so there are lots of those guys might also be on and has had like idol training, right? For example, they might be an idol themselves as well, right? So somehow you're having an idol coming over to dance for you and drink with you. Like isn't that fancy? Isn't that fancy, right? I saw that in a TV show Tokyo Vice. I don't remember the name. Maybe I saw the exact same TV show, like Tokyo Vice, right? It's called Tokyo Vice. So you remember seeing about those kind of jobs, right? But somehow for those kind of guys, the way they make up themselves, I don't like it. I don't like it, unfortunately. Yeah, great, interesting, right? It's pretty interesting, right? Yeah, it's pretty interesting. So that's the kind of thing that we experience here in Asia, that to see like different types of people and how like yeah, I like Korean baseball too. Korean is famous for baseball. I think like out of all the sports here in China, we're not so famous for baseball. Like not a lot of people here play baseball somehow. Like we don't play baseball here in China. Yeah, so like lots of guys play basketball, play basketball, yeah, basketball and play soccer. But it's not so often to see people here play baseball. Yeah, Nytrix, I never knew you experienced this before. Experience what? Experience what, my friend Chris? Experience what? Tell me. Yeah, cake pop. Yeah, yeah. So well, if you were saying that experience going to the nightclubs and see those like celebrities come over to serve you drinks, like I didn't experience it. I didn't experience it, okay? I didn't experience it. It was just sharing my knowledge from what I know, okay? From what I know, okay? About the experience of people who have been to those kind of occasions, yeah. No, I didn't go to those party. It was a pretty sad thing. So, well, for the guys' party, for sure, I didn't go. I only heard about it because that's a bachelor party, right? You don't go to a bachelor party as a girl, right? But the bachelorette party, for the exact bachelor party, I didn't go. Unfortunately, very unfortunately, I was not able to go. I forgot why I didn't go. I really forgot why I didn't go. But somehow for that particular bachelor party in Seoul, I didn't go. So I heard all the stories. They later on returned back to home and shared with me everything that happened back then, the crazy things that happened. But it was like so unfortunate that I didn't experience myself. Yeah. Honestly, Americans had no idea of the culture differences in Southeast Asia. What do you mean? What do you mean? Okay. Are Asians? What is hedonist? What does this word mean? That is the first time I saw this word. This is the very first time I saw this word. Let me see. hedonist. 享乐主义者. Oh, okay, that's a great. Hedonist, right? Hedonist or more tradition. I don't think overall speaking Asian people are hedonists. Overall speaking, majority of Asian people are not hedonist. Asian people, the general. Well, I cannot say for the other rest of the Asian people, but here in China, I can say for Chinese people. Chinese people are never hedonist. So the basic virtue under Chinese people is that Chinese people are pretty hardworking. 有人在问说中国人是享乐主义者吗？就是大家很喜欢玩啊、享乐啊等等。我觉得中国这个民族总体而言来讲，应该不是一个享乐的民族，是一个非常勤奋的民族呀。 I think Chinese people overall speaking are a very hardworking nation, a very hardworking people, and also a very traditional nation as well. So I don't think we are hedonist. Yeah, but great to know this new word called hedonist. Yeah. Okay, great. Thank you guys for coming to my live stream. It's 9:30. Another great 2 hours this morning. I notice I have many more new followers in here today, and thank you so much for joining today. And for those of you who haven't joined this followers group in here, on red note, please do so. This is our family. This is our family. So definitely join in here. Okay, on this followers group in here. Okay. So usually I would have my live stream from 7:30 to 9:30 China time. And that is where when and where you'll be able to see me. Okay. So I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. And thank you so much again for coming to this live stream. Okay. Bye bye, my friend.停止不了啊 VS crash 啊 crash 了